So I just wanted to make a quick video basically just talking about the albums that I managed to pick up during October. I don't really anticipate this being something that's a regular occurrence. I'll probably just do it whenever it actually happens, whether that'll be for November or December again. I don't know. And I know this video is going to be in November as it is, but yeah, I'm going to go through these in release order. There's only 5, so it should be a short video compared to how long my videos tend to be. But yeah, none of these were released before 2000. Some have problems, some worse than others, but we'll get to that when we come to it. So, starting off, we have the Tim Buckley anthology, Morning Glory, which is 30 odd songs of his, basically going through his albums. So yeah, disc 1 contains everything from 1966 to early 1969, and then disc 2 is late 1969 to 74. And at the bottom it actually has a recording of Song to the Siren that was on the TV show The Monkees, which is probably my favourite recording of any of the music that he's done, that I've heard at least. The main reason I picked this up is because it has bits and pieces of albums that I haven't heard, being his debut, Lorca, Sophronia, Greetings from LA, and Look at the Fool. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to listening to some of the songs that are on this that I haven't heard yet. So yeah, that's the first one. Second one, this one and the next album actually both have the same issue as when they came through the door. The case broke a bit, but it's Back to Black by Amy Winehouse, and you'll see here there's a crack there, and the next album has a crack in the exact same place. But when it came through the door, it must have landed on that corner, and obviously jewel cases are pretty fragile, so yeah, I'll probably need to get it replaced because that happens, splits in two, and you don't really want that. But it's a great album, this one, Back to Black. Of course, the whole story of Amy Winehouse is just pretty heartbreaking, really. Only got to make 2 albums, I think. I think her debut was Frank, and then this. She died like 5 years later from alcohol poisoning, I think, but the whole thing is just really tragic. Recently I was listening to an interview with Russell Brand from like a year ago or something like that, and he said that he knew Amy Winehouse at the time, and they knew the things that were going on, but they weren't close enough for me to really have any impact on what was going on in her life there. So yeah, he sort of knew about it happening before it happened, unfortunately. And next is We Were Promised Jetpacks. The album is These Four Walls. This is they're a Scottish band representing. Sort of indie rock slash sort of post-punk type of thing. And I think there's some elements of like progressive rock in here as well, in some songs. Keeping Warm in particular, which is the second to last track, is sort of like that. But yeah, this has the same problem as the last album, where it has a crack here that you can't really tell, but you can see the plastic sort of ends off there, right on the swivel as well to open the case. I don't know why it says $9.99 on it either, because I got the first 4 albums here for £2 each. Tim Buckley was released in 2000, Amy Winehouse 2006, this was 2009, I think. And it's probably one of my favourite albums ever. It's really fantastic. And if you're into sort of indie rock in some form, you should definitely give this a go. They're not a popular band, not that I know of. I think this is probably the least well-known album here. Definitely the least well-known band or artist. But yeah, that's These Four Walls. Now this next one is probably the worst. The worst in terms of what's wrong with it, and it is Are You Satisfied by Slaves. They're no longer called Slaves, they're now called Soft Play. And their most recent song, called Punk's Dead, is basically the thing that encouraged me to buy this. It's a strange cover with the 2 dogs on the front as well. But the biggest problem with this, I shall show you. I mean, the bit in the middle that holds the disc is broken. This part of it's sort of chipped away, but the disc itself, as you can see here, I don't think the camera will really do that any justice, but that's pretty deep, and unfortunately the disc itself doesn't work. So yeah, unfortunately won't really be able to use this, but I'll keep a hold of it until I can get it replaced with one that works. And I'll probably need to get the other jewel cases replaced as well. And the last album, probably my personal album of the year. Don't want to speak too soon, but I've been obsessed with this since before it released, to be honest. It was the main album that I was really excited for, and I wouldn't consider myself to be a fan of this band typically, but This Is Why by Paramore. Yeah, like I said, basically probably the album of the year for me so far. Once it gets to December, I'll probably talk about that more in depth with the other albums that I've heard from this year that released, and I'll do one separately for the ones that aren't from this year as well. But yeah, every single song in this is fantastic, apart from maybe Si Comme Ça. That's probably the weakest, and it's not bad, it's just the weakest. Probably the least amount of quality there. Yeah, absolutely love this. I love the style of it. It's very different from early Paramore, which is sort of pop punk, which I need to be in the mood for. Whereas this is a lot more, again, probably post punkish, I guess, to a certain degree. Yeah, way more up my alley than early Paramore ever was. And I don't know, it's one of those things where it sort of proves you wrong about how you feel about certain artists. Sometimes your preconceived opinions and notions on artists and bands are different from what they actually are, or what they could be, so yeah. And that's that. That was released in 2023, and Are You Satisfied was 2015, I think, so release order. And that's going to be that, so yeah, hope you've enjoyed. It's not much of a haul, but it's a mini haul in a way. I've got a few other videos that I've got lined up to make as well. Apologies if I sound like I don't have any energy. I didn't get much sleep last night, and by much I mean none. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.